Please.
Thank you very much for the invitation to present to committee today. Good afternoon. My name is Craig Rattan, and I am the Senior Director of Policy at the Toronto Region Board of Trade. On behalf of our 11,500 members, the board believes that a strong economy depends on having enough good quality homes that workers of all income levels can afford. To that end, we support rapidly increasing our housing supply, along with improving the variety and affordability of housing options in Toronto, across the region, and all over the province. In my comments today, I'd like to focus on highlighting the aspects of this legislation that we believe will have the most positive impact on getting more homes built faster, as well as note a few recommended amendments that we believe would further strengthen the bill. Bill 23 is one of the most substantial reforms to land use planning that Ontario has seen in decades, and many of these reforms are badly needed. The existing system and set of rules in this province has led to skyrocketing home prices and workers and families being priced out of the communities they love. Approvals and reviews are taking longer, government fees have gone up sharply, and anyone with $400 can tie up new homes in an overwhelmed appeals system. There is no doubt that serious change is required if we want to reach our collective goal of 1.5 million new homes being built over the next decade. There are 4 areas of positive action where I'd like to focus my comments. First, this bill takes significant steps to ending exclusionary zoning and encouraging gentle density, directly responding to recommendations that both the Board of Trade and the Housing Affordability Task Force have made. Legalizing 3 units on residential lots across the province removes one of the major barriers to adding multi-generational and affordable rental homes to existing neighbourhoods. Eliminating site plan approval for buildings with 10 units or less will also reduce costs and speed up timelines for these gentle density projects. We would like to see future housing supply bills continue to build on this milestone action by providing more permissive building envelope sizes and increasing the number of buildable units per lot. Secondly, the board supports requiring municipalities to update zoning in major transit station areas to match their official plans within a year. We believe this measure will help with ensuring more homes are built more easily in well-connected locations. Third, we are particularly supportive of restricting the ability of NIMBYs to prevent much-needed housing. This bill will largely eliminate third-party appeals, increase the threshold for designation of heritage properties, eliminate public meetings for subdivision approvals, and increase powers for the Ontario Land Tribunal to dismiss appeals for undue delay and to order costs against the losing party. Taken together, this package of measures will resolve many avenues that have been used to frustrate and filibuster new homes from being built. It helps to rebalance the power dynamics between existing residents and those who aspire to one day live in that neighbourhood, and will have a tangible impact in reducing the cost and risk of developing new homes. Fourth, the board approves of measures in this bill to reduce the costs of building new housing. Reducing development charges for purpose-built rental projects and eliminating them entirely for nonprofit and inclusionary zoning units will help ensure more of these types of homes can be built. Similar measures to reduce or eliminate community benefits charges and parkland fees will also have a measurable impact in reducing the cost of new units. Development charges are a necessary source of revenue for cities to ensure that they remain a vibrant, enjoyable, and functional place to live. However, these fees also impact the cost of building new homes. At the board, we're encouraged by the province's proposal to offset the lost DC revenue to municipalities, such as through the Housing Accelerator Fund. In addition to highlighting these positive elements, there are also 3 recommendations we would like to put forward in order to improve the legislation. The first relates to development charge discounts being provided for affordable and attainable housing. This is a worthwhile goal, and the board wholeheartedly supports encouraging the building of more workforce housing, homes that a low or middle-income worker could afford. However, as currently written, Bill 23 sets the bar too low to ensure that this foregone revenue both provides a long-term benefit and avoids unintended consequences. The legislation proposes a 25-year period of affordability. We believe that setting a minimum of 40 years would be more appropriate in helping to ensure the availability of these units over a longer time horizon. The current threshold of entirely exempting DCs for affordable housing, that is 80% of average market rent or purchase price, also introduces the potential of dangerous unintended consequences. Much of this depends on how and for which geography these average prices are calculated. For instance, if the City of Toronto were treated as one market, nearly all developments in Scarborough could be exempt from DCs. We recommend phasing in the implementation of this exemption by starting with a threshold of 50% of average market rent, or through introducing a tiered set of DC discounts based on the affordability level. Second, we support allowing municipalities to retain green development standards under the site plan approval process. These policies, which exist in Toronto, Brampton, Ottawa, and many other cities, help to minimize the lifetime cost of new housing by requiring more efficient design and materials. This provides a benefit to both the provincial and municipal governments by reducing the amount of future infrastructure investment needed to service these homes, like electricity and wastewater. Green development standards help support job creation and can enable the growth of Ontario's climate economy. Finally, we recommend that manufacturers retain third-party appeal rights for developments in their immediate vicinity. While the board strongly supports removing third-party appeals in general, introducing residential uses right next to major industrial sites can sometimes make it harder for these companies that provide good jobs to operate. Appeals are not even necessarily used to block new homes. For example, they have been used to ensure that appropriate warning clauses were included on title so that new home buyers were made aware of their proximity to an industrial site. This can be addressed in a targeted way by including Class 1, 2, and 3 industrial facilities in the definition of specified persons. This would provide manufacturers with the same appeal rights which the current bill grants to utilities, telecom, gas, oil, mining, propane, and railway providers that participate in the planning process. Perfect timing. As I said before, these recommendations are intended to strengthen a piece of legislation that takes much-needed action to address our province's housing crisis. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you so much. The atmospheric